We already have a global currency. It's a currency that very few people have heard about, but it's already in use between the central banks. It's called the SDR. SDR means special drawing rights. This is a form of currency when the Federal Reserve, for example, gives money to the European Central Bank or something like that. This is the currency that they use. And because it is a solvent currency, it is not burdened in the way that other currencies are right now, including the dollar. It's being accepted as a global currency. So this is a currency that's going to be used, it's already existing. It'll be used in more widespread and more applications is how it will be used. When it comes down to us in our everyday lives, this is what people are really interested in. As I mentioned, I think we'll still use our local currencies for the time being. Ultimately, I think we are moving toward a cashless society. And there have been movements, some countries are already taking denominations of their currency out of circulation. And I personally have been to businesses here in the United States that refuse my cash. I was staying at a hotel, had an early flight. I won't share the name of the hotel chain. I went to the front desk and I was trying to use credit cards as little as possible. And they said, we are not equipped to take your cash to pay for this. And I recently was at a restaurant and had the same thing. I didn't even think twice about it. I paid the man cash because I don't like to use credit cards when I'm traveling so much because of identity theft and things like that. And they refused my cash. So this is already happening in some places. I want to say one more thing quickly. In rural communities, the idea of a cashless society has been around for a very long time. And we see these not only in the mountain states or in the high deserts, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, but I've seen them back east as well, barter. And there are very formalized ways of doing barter where people register their particular skills or their talents. It's like a tally sheet. And when someone needs a roof on their house, the person that can do the roof goes and puts the roof on their house and charges so many, they're called green units. The system is you don't exchange them hand to hand. So many green units went into putting the roof on that house, and now someone needs a transmission in their car, and another person will go and the exchange happens on this tally sheet, so that ultimately people are getting what they need from their neighbors in a sustainable way without any cash ever changing hands. It's very difficult to tax, and this is a problem where the IRS has a big problem with things like this for this reason. So it's not a perfect system, but it is a system that is in place and is used commonly. My experience, this is what I think is happening. In steps, we're moving toward a cashless society. These are some of the steps we'll go through: the global currency, the devaluing of our local currencies, ultimately to the point where we are electronic currencies. People ask about Bitcoin all the time. I'm not a Bitcoin expert. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin. I think the idea, I like the idea. The way it was implemented, I think it could have been done better. There's some loopholes, and I think we've all seen some of the drawbacks where the Bitcoin has lost value overnight, and people lost tremendous amounts of money. It can be implemented, I think, in a better way. But we're in uncharted territory. This is the thing. We are a global community in an uncharted territory, forging our way forward, trying to do something that's never been done before. And I think that's exciting.